Okay, everybody, this is part 2. So basically, I'm going to look at this map here. I created another video for a YouTube channel that kind of covers the second part, but I'll go over that list real quick. I stopped in this site because you see this number is frozen. They have just basically frozen these numbers. Is this number real? Is this number real? Number real? We don't know. We don't know. Korea, we kind of know its numbers. So we have 602 people sick in Korea. We have 6 deaths, and we have 16 recovered. Now this recovered number kind of worries me because we keep hearing that you can get this virus a second time. So there's going to have to be like a quarantine and then a recovery quarantine so you don't get reinfected, because the secondary reinfection of this coronavirus, COVID-19, can be a secondary time you get it can be deadly. Is right now it's not like the measles or mumps. Oh, I had measles, have mumps, I can't get it again. This virus you can get again. That number 6 is kind of worrisome. That's about 1 in 100 people are dying right now. We'll have to see if this number goes up. So we're going to start watching Korea, Italy, Japan, United States. The numbers in the United States are worrying me too. I'm not sure these numbers are accurate. I don't know what the U.S. government's doing, but I'm a little worried that their numbers are kind of getting a little squirrely here. I kind of trust South Korea on this because these numbers kind of look more likely. But you can see there's 602 people, and as of Sunday, 23rd, 2020, this is February 23rd, 2020, we'll see what happens tomorrow when this cycles through. I'm worried that number is going to jump because I say the R naught and could be as high as 6.5 or even higher. It could be, I don't know, the amount of people infected in Korea by one person is staggering. So it's at measles contagion level. Measles is highly contagious, beyond highly contagious. And this coronavirus is acting like measles. Italy is getting hammered. Let's look at Italy. Now we have 155. We have 3 deaths, 1 recovered. This is a very worrisome number here. We're looking at 2% fatality rate here now. Let me put myself over here, as far away from the virus as I can get. So Italy looks rough. The U.S., I don't know what these numbers mean. I'm worried that we're not getting accurate data. But we can see it's near New York, or it's at New York. It's Toronto. It's it's in Canada that's Lake Erie there. So it's on the other side of Lake Erie. You know, I'm from Cleveland. Cleveland's about right there where I'm pointing. That must be like Brantford, Ontario, on the other side. Looks like Detroit, or Chicago, somewhere in Wisconsin, Nebraska, Texas, and California up through Vancouver. So that's kind of worrisome. The Iranians, I think they got a catastrophe on their hands. I really think they do have a catastrophe on their hands. I'm really worried. We don't know what this number is now, but we know that Iran is got 43 confirmed. They have 8 deaths. That's what terrifies me about the Iranian numbers, is that there's 43 confirmed and we have 8 deaths. So is this number just not right? And this number's not right? We don't know. We don't know. All we have is this kind of paltry data here. Are these accurate numbers, or they just haven't counted, or they just don't know, or they just don't have test kits? But these 2 numbers right now are a little bit highly alarming. That really alarms me. 43 and 8. And we do know that people have left Iran and come back to different parts of the world, and they were infected with the COVID-19 virus. So that's pretty worrisome that number is that high. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but that is pretty terrifying. Hong Kong numbers, I'm jumping around here, but Hong Kong numbers, they seem pretty accurate. 74 confirmed. Unfortunately, 2 people have died, 11 recovered. So we got a 2 to 3, 4, 5% mortality rate. If you can't get medical help, that mortality rate's going to go up. If you have comorbidities, that means, like, for example, I have comorbidities. I have high blood pressure. I have asthma. I have allergies. I'm older. So I've got the deck stacked against me. Plus I'm male. They're finding out the virus seems to attack males more than females, which is great, you know, in one sense that women may be more spared than men. But, and maybe children have some type of natural immunity, but this could be devastating for, the male population, workforce, military, police, fathers, etc. So this is a worrisome trend here, but that number looks kind of accurate. I think right here we're seeing a real number. So this is kind of close to a 3% CFR confirmed fatality rate. That's close to that now. Back to my lists. I really went over this a couple times. Really I'll just focus on, remember, you can spread the disease even if you feel okay or get better. People have to kind of get that in their head that they can spread it. This thing is asymptomatic. That's why I think this is not a natural cause. This is like a super designed. I mean, think about some of the things I've just told you here. It attacks men more than women. It kills adults more than children. That just seems, I mean, medical people kind of poo-poo me, but as a doctoral business person, I can kind of smell the bullshit. And this sounds like bullshit I'm getting here from these people. It kills military-aged men. That would be a good thing if you're attacking an enemy. It's asymptomatic so that it can spread throughout the population and no one knows it's spreading until it's too late, and it overwhelms the population so that you can invade that country. That seems pretty plausible. It has a long incubation time, and the U.S. government stubbornly sticks to 14 days. It's almost like someone designed a virus to go circumvent that 14-day mentality they knew about. So someone, in my opinion only, someone has thought this virus out when they created it, down to the letter. 14 days is the average incubation time that's burnt in everyone's head. It's asymptomatic. Some people don't even get sick. They're just super spreaders. They spread it everywhere. And that's why I keep telling people, even though you get over this disease and you don't feel sick, remember, you can infect other people. And I got a cat here. Wants to be picked up. And you can be a super spreader. So you want to make sure, cats are more interesting to me. You want to make sure that you don't get other people sick. And remember, you can get infected a second time, and that second infection could be deadly to you. So if you do get the virus, you don't want to go back out as soon as you feel better, because you might want to stay in a quarantine so that you're not going to get sick again until the virus burns itself out in your area. So remember that. 22, pray. You need to be a prayer warrior right now more than ever. Help and think of others in need. Sick people are not the problem. If someone gets sick, don't blame them. Don't have hatred towards them. They didn't mean to get sick, and they need your help. They don't need your fear and prejudice dumped on them. You need to help them. Item 25, resist fear and prejudice. That should be self-explanatory. If we don't pull together, we're going to pull apart. People love to use these situations to gain power. They want to use fear and prejudice to make you hate people of certain ethnogenetic backgrounds. That stuff is nonsense, political nonsense. You don't need it right now. You need to focus on this virus. Stay connected. Don't get disconnected from people. Stay connected with your faith community, with your organizations, your clubs. Even if you can't meet them, talk to people, reach out, text them, see how they're doing. Call them, say, hey, I'm going to call you every day at this time, see how you're doing. If you know someone who's depressed or someone who's sick, and if this virus takes hold and people start dying, people are going to need your support. So make sure you stay connected, maintain your connection with your faith community, whatever it is, your bridge club, your jiu-jitsu club, whatever it is, maintain those connections, reach out to people, talk to people, see how they're doing. Don't just fall into a black hole and just hide. This is a good time to reach out. So I wanted to finish up. This is part 2 of that video. I got another video. I'm going to come up here a little bit on talking about some changes in the Latter-day Saints. but that'll be a separate video. So for right now, God bless. Femi and I say hello, and keep praying. That's right. Femi knows her name. So keep praying, and God bless. We'll talk to you soon.